Що там? Здоров, Вовчик, здоров. Що там із стрімом? Все нормально з ним? Бо я ще не перевіряв. От зараз хочу глянути. Здоров, Ілля. Зараз хочу подивитись. Норм наче. Добре. Так. Що, як життя, Вова? Боже, де цей твіч? Складно, бля. Як там робота твоя? Складно. Ага, бля. Так. Є, мене чутно. Забудь будні, блядь. Оце жорстко звучить. Це, звісно, жорстко. І як там проходять твої заводські будні? Взагалі? Нормально? Чи там корішей собі завів, щоб не так скучно було, не так сумно. Втомлюєшся, бронь є. Ну да. Це факт. Є нормальні пацани. Ну да. Бо без нормальних людей тяжко. Так, що, кашла якогось бахнуть. Хоба. Так. Кашло є. Що там, як дівчина твоя? Все норм?
What's complicated about that, sir?
Look who's finally up! Henry! Come and join us!
Ну давай. А як сісти? О. Давай.
Good morning, Henry! You have no idea how
Все
glad
гаразд,
I am
все
to see
добре.
you. Come
У вас
join
там
our
тихо більш-менш?
banquet in the midst of these exquisite woods.
I'm glad to see you too. I see you're in a surprisingly good mood for someone who was a
Ну,
death's door
передавай привіт.
yesterday.
Це
All the
добре, що
more
тихо.
cause for merrymaking! Even this water now tastes like the finest wine.
Я, то
Of
норм.
course. I did bring it all the way
Загалом
from the
без змін.
spring.
Нічого
And for
нового.
that, I am in your debt, fair maid. And I'm grateful to you too, Henry.
У мене, правда, накрився сьогодні ноут робочий, то півдня пересрав, бо їздив за новим.
That's the third time.
Поки
you've
його
saved my life.
поналаштовували
I suppose
і
I'll
так
have to give
далі.
you some estate or something.
Ні, не я купував, я взяв
What
у
in God's name
компанії,
happened
але...
the first two times?
Now, Henry,
Ну
don't
да.
make her beg. Tell this good maiden of your
Проблема в тому, що
heroic
втратив
deeds.
півдня робочого. По цим.
Well,
Ні, не Mac, ні.
there was this time
У
when
мене
me and
Xiaomi-шний
Hans
ноут був
had
до цього. А зараз
fisticuffs
HP.
in the tavern, and for punishment, I had to accompany him on the hunt.
And I shot a boar.
And made it mad. And when Hans chased after the wounded animal, he got caught by a human patrol.
Humans?
They come from somewhere in Hungary. Sigismund brought them here to be
Їхні
his
Xiaomi.
mercenaries.
Нормально працював, але йому більше 10 років.
Bunch.
I told you about them, though. The fellas in the tavern
Він
in
ніби
Jelliot
13-го року
were
має
saying
бути,
there's some
наскільки я
foreigners like
пам'ятаю.
that camping in the rocks down by the pond.
А може й ні?
It's just what I heard.
Ну да, старенький вже.
Whoa, that's all we need. I hope they don't turn up here. What could us two do alone against them?
What could they want from us? But if they did come here to rob us, I'd shoot enough arrows into them to make them think twice. But the thing I want to know is, how did it end up with young Sir Hans?
Well, as I said, they took him
Блін,
captive.
я теж хочу,
There must
якщо
have been
чесно.
10 of
В
them. I
березні.
hadn't a chance.
Ну, я дуже сподіваюся, що
Must have
вийде.
been seeing double. As I recall, there were two.
О,
That just proves how
супер.
well you can
Ну,
count.
бля, на ДН мені треба
Besides, they
приїхати.
were armed
Це
to
ж
the teeth and had
запрошення
bows and
таке,
armor.
вже
It might as
святе, не
well have
можна
been
таке
two.
пропускати.
Whatever. Anyway, with a bit of luck, I managed to free Sir Hans.
Why the modesty? You got them. Maybe a stroke of luck, but as we know, al dentes.
Fortuna juvat.
See now, you've finally learned it.
What?
It's just this kind of motto of ours. Fortune favors the bold.
Maybe
Ще й
they're
п'ятниця.
really
Ну,
telling the
взагалі
truth about who
шикарно,
they are.
насправді.
Who but a lord or a priest could know Latin? And priests they ain't. I can tell.
And as I recall, You
Та да, у
already
мене,
got
до
a
речі,
pony
відпустка,
from
який
Uncle
ще
Hal
3 тижні
as a reward
на
for
цей
saving me.
рік
Your
я
pebbles.
ще не
So
витрачав.
I'll save myself a few
Ну, в мене
groschen.
рік
Ah, but
почався
you never gave
в
me anything for
листопаді ніби,
Talmberg.
чи в
For
вересні.
Talmberg?
Ну, коротше.
What was that about then?
Коротше,
Hans
давайте
was
не
badly
будемо так довго
wounded during a
розповідати.
night raid on Talmberg Castle, and I had to carry him out of the battle on my back, so he wouldn't fall into enemy hands.
Gracious! Raiding a castle? That must be
Так,
pretty
секунду, щось
wild,
батя
eh?
телефонує.
Indeed it was. Arrows raining down, outnumbered by hordes of foes mercilessly charging at us from all sides. I'm truly indebted to Henry for getting me out of that fix.
But I reckon you paid off part of your debt the other day, sir.
True enough. Hey, how did you manage to get the best of that cutthroat the other night when you hauled me here?
To be honest, by a stroke of luck. We were fighting outside, but that fucker got a hold of his falchion and let me have it in the guts. I thought I was done for, but I groped around and found a pail and whacked him with it with the last of my strength. And luckily I hit him a nice crack right on the noggin. Can't remember a thing after that.
My word. Fortune really does favour you. You chose your motto well.
Once we get back to Ratai, I'll have it inscribed on my shield.
Do tell. What else did the two of you encounter?
Quite a lot of things, but I'm afraid we don't have much time for storytelling right now. We came here on an important mission and we cannot afford
Так, я
to
тут.
dally any longer. We have to get to Trotsky as soon as we can. How far is it from here?
Not far. Once you climb the hill above Geleoth, you'll see the castle.
All right. I think we should get on our way as soon as possible.
I'll prepare a bit of food for you. For your journey.
Да, все добре.
Eugene,
Та
I don't know
батя
how to thank you
зателефонував,
for all this.
запитав,
But I
цей,
do. Once we've settled our business with
що в мене
Bergov,
сталося, і знову там
I
йому
shall
коротко
reward
розповів.
you as befits a knight.
Та й
You have
все.
my word of honor.
Now you've got me curious. I never got a knight's word.
А ти що там по
For
стрімам
a
стрімиш, ні?
start, you can leave me that
Останнім
axe
часом
and
щось не бачив
spade.
ніби.
We can't manage without them.
Yes, of course. And thanks for everything you've done.
Так, це
Eugene.
супер.
I have
А щас
something for you, Henry.
контру?
Ma had trouble because of you, but I know you didn't do it on purpose, and you protected her when she needed
Після
it.
18,
I want
я
to
зрозумів.
thank you for that. Take this potion.
Угу.
It will help when you're in danger
Бля, жаль, що
or
сталкера,
don't
звісно,
know which way
немає
to turn.
на
Have a
плейсі.
little sip each time, and it'll save you a
Пу-пу-пу.
lot of trouble. You'll see. It's not all that hard to brew. With a bit of practice, you could manage it yourself.
Thanks, Pavlena.
Втретє проходиш?
This'll come in
Офігеть.
handy.
No doubt.
На
But we
іншу
better get going
кінцівку.
now.
Hans is right.
Нормас.
We're very glad we met you. And we're obliged to you for your help and hospitality. God bless you.
And you too, sirs.
As Henry says, may God bless you for your generosity and your healing arts. And you
Так.
have rightfully earned the gratitude of the House of Lipa for all time. If you ever find yourself in need, the doors of Perkstein shall always be open to you.
Thank you, sir. Though I'm not sure I could find the way to Perkstein. Hopefully we'll never need to take up your offer.
Нарешті оновлення твіча. Здорово, Водос. Здорово.
Sorry for coming late, Ma. We got held up in Trossachitz.
Так, окей, а як їм повернуть лопату і топор?
I know.
Тьотя, як тобі? Я спекався того мерця.
I got rid of that
А, про
corpse
текст
for you.
підпис? Ну да.
Bless you, Henry. Thank you kindly. I'll sleep easier now, and when Ignatius the Gravedigger comes by, I'll get him to take care of the rest.
Давай, Вовчик, дякую, що зайшов. Тримайся. Тримайся, друже. Все буде добре. Рано чи пізно. Так, так. Ні, це все прекрасно. А як мені вам повернуть лопату і... як мені лопату і топор
Take
повернуть?
care, my friend.
Просто викинуть? На зв'язку, да, Вовчик.
You said you'd shoot arrows at the Cumans. You can use a bow.
Yeah, I'm pretty handy with it. I train up there, on the cliff, whenever I have a free moment. And the hares hanging in Ma's kitchen didn't just walk in by themselves.
Чуєш,
They'd let me
дівча,
take part in the
взагалі-то ж не
tournament at
можна
Trotsky
полювати,
Castle. I'd beat all the men
тому
hands
що
down, but
вся дичина
that never
належить пану. Алло.
so I have to make do with hares and a straw mannequin. See you soon,
Ладно.
my friend.
Що з тобою побазарить треба, да?
Nothing against the hospitality of the good women folk here, but I want to get to Trotsky Castle right away.
What about the rest of our company? Could someone else have got away?
You saw for yourself. They didn't stand a chance. But you're right, we shouldn't just leave it at that. As soon as we get to Trotsky, I'll make sure they get a proper Christian burial and their souls find peace.
And when we get back to Ratai, we'll have a mass served for them.
You're right. They were damned good lads. I've known Oates since childhood. Damn it.
What
Собаку
about
забрать
Mutt?
треба.
He's bound to be looking for us, and we can't just abandon
Собака
him.
спасла
Henry,
життя.
I like your dog, but that's not our priority right now.
He saved my
Мудінь.
skin.
So
Вот,
did I.
я ж про то.
First Trotsky, von Bergov and the mission, then we can look for your dog.
All right. But the moment things are sorted out, I'll go looking for him.
I'd expect no less of you. So, should we get going?
Hold on a bit. Before we hit the road, there's something you should know. I have a hunch that one of that band that ambushed us at the pond was Istvan Toth.
Toth? Are you yanking my pizzle? He's long since over the hills and far away.
Ну, так щоб хто знаде не тут.
I know how it sounds, but I saw him. Believe me. I'd never mistake his ugly face after all that happened.
Of course, Henry. I know you have accounts to settle with him, but that's nonsense. Toth is in Sigismund's service and is harassing his opponents. And Otto von Bergov is one of Sigismund's allies. So Toth's hardly going to attack his people. It was dark. God knows what you saw.
I saw him, the bastard, and I'll get him.
Yes, we'll surely get him one day. I promise you. And your sword, too. But I don't think either of them are around here. But I see you haven't wasted any time and found yourself a weapon to replace that sword. That's good. You never know when you might need it around here. Come on,
Так я вже
let's
двох
get going.
бомжей якихось
Your
зарізав
life
ним.
will turn to better things along the way.
Нічого собі. Так, така лопату і топор вернуть треба. Камон. Ще й грошей бабка дала. Прикинь. Так, ладно, треба перевірити інвентар. У мене лопата і топор лишились чи ні? Бо теж якось негарно в бабульки забирати. Щось дід якийсь нерадісний. Скоро вона. Але ж, бля, в них тепер немає цієї грамоти, яку вони несли. Ну, типу, з печаткою пана із Фіркштайна. Вони як доведуть свої слова, що вони посланці. І що в них тепер немає документа. Щось непонятно. Ох ти, диви. Але, блін, гарна, звісно, гра. І перша частина була гарна, друга взагалі шикарна.
Oh, I hope they've got a good physician at this castle.
Привіт.
Or at least a
Як справи
barber.
твої?
I mean, that old crone got me on my feet. But I don't believe much in herbal remedies. You can't beat an educated man of medicine.
And I can't wait to sleep in a proper bed.
And some wine!
Oh, fucking hell.
Це добре, що відпрацювала. То що, у тебе на завтра які плани, приїдеш?
It's closed.
Ой, дивіться, бо вам щас там в замку ще напінають люлей.
Open up! I bear an urgent message for your liege lord.
Ти хто вообще такий? По морді щас просто гребеш от першого ж цього стражника. І все на цьому закінчиться.
Hear me! Open the gate! I am a messenger from Sir Hanush of Lipa.
Ти похож на голодранця, чувак. І документів у тебе нема. Ну, алло. Щас получиш просто помиї якісь на голову. Да? А ну. Бля, я вгадав, я не знав. Я не знав про це, я тупо вгадав. Я не грав, не дивився, не стрімів, нічого, я просто вгадав.
Do you know who I am? No, we fucking don't. I'm Sir Hans Capon of Perkstein.
О, так тебе покормили. Це супер.
Now, look here.
Років під 50 і що за татуху робила?
I'm not here for your amusement, so get your stinking, ragged asses out of here on the double. The pair of you!
What's all this about? Why don't you send those beggars packing?
I did, sir. They say they're messengers. I am Sir Hans Capon of
І
Perkstein.
що ще було?
Envoy.
I heard.
Казінаки дешманські.
I doubt Sir Hanush
А вона
would
знала, що ти
send
любиш,
two
да,
vagabonds
ці,
covered in excrement as
казінаки?
emissaries. Apart from which, Sir Hans Capon is dead.
Нічого
We found
собі.
his body by the pond. His company was ambushed by outlaws and they were slaughtered to the last man.
Yes, they ambushed us, but we managed to get away.
Sir, we met your Captain Thomas on our way. He can testify to who we are. He saw our message and its seal.
How terribly unfortunate you are. The captain's company was also ambushed by
Щось
outlaws.
ніхіра це не збіг.
The captain barely escaped with his life and has been delirious for 3 days. And even if he did confirm your story, I am under strict orders to admit no strangers to the castle.
Sir, there's a horseman approaching in King Sigismund's colours.
Ah, now that's what a messenger looks
А, так ти
like.
натякнула, що тобі треба.
Count
Понятно.
yourselves lucky
Ну,
that I
да.
don't have time to
Не
waste
попросиш,
on
не
you.
получиш.
Be gone!
I'm getting in, whether you like it or not. Your shitty hands off me!
Він сказала, що хочеться, вона зрозуміла, до чого ти. У мене ж так само з тобою, в принципі.
What the fuck was that?
Вона більше не кинула?
So now what?
There's only one thing we can do.
Хочете пролізти в замок? Так вас все одно слухати не будуть. О, дає 3К, це супер. А що за яку татуху робила тьотенька?
Have you two got any groschen?
What do you take me for, wench?
For someone who stinks
Да,
like
непогано.
a badger.
Look, we've had a tough couple of days, so we'd like a bit of peace and quiet, a beer, and a bite to eat.
Unless you want to share a bowl of gruel, you're going to need more coin than this.
Just bring
Oh,
the best
suka.
you have, and we'll settle later.
As the gentleman wishes.
А, шрам перекривали. Ну, тоді да, це важливо. Тоді ясно, чого вона робить в такому
We look
віці
like a
навіть
couple of
татуху.
beggars, and we stink even worse.
Да, коротше, тачику пора попускатися трохи зі своїми цими випадами.
Different lands, different customs.
God's holy britches.
Well, I expect they've had trouble with beggars at the castle, so they act without thinking.
Oh, really? I'd never have figured that out. I'd rather hear some cunning plan how to get out of this shit. Huh?
Угу. Ну я подивлюсь, ти мені скинув, я так розумію. Треба знайти
We
лист.
could track down those
Да.
bandits and get our letter back. With that, they'd have to let us in.
How do you intend to do that? Ask them nicely. Please, kind bandits, pretty please, can we have our letter back? Or do you want to charge at them in these rags and hope our stink knocks them out, eh?
Да, бери, бери. Переб'ємо один за одним,
No, I
да?
was thinking more like we could find a good spot to ambush them, stealthily.
Геймпад.
We could manage to take
Правильно.
them. Even just the two of us. Take them down one at a time. One after another.
Right. And with what? Sticks and stones? Henry, use your head. That would be suicide.
Well then, we might as well just head back to Ratai.
To Ratai? You just don't get it, do you? We can't go crawling back like this. We'd be a laughing stock.
I suppose you're right. We'd be taken for total idiots.
Well, you could shrug that off. But me, we've got no message, no coin, nothing but our ragged asses.
А що відрані дупи, бля.
Chin up. We'll sort it out somehow, and everything will be fine again.
Nothing will be fine, my friend. I'll tell you 4 reasons why. Oates, Tankard, Conrad, and Nicholas, instead of sitting here with us, having a chat and a laugh, they're just food for crows in some godforsaken hole.
We'll go back and bury them as soon as we can.
Yeah, as soon as possible. They were good Christians, even though it didn't always seem that way.
We'll keep the promise we made at Pagenas. The best way to honor their memory is to finish our mission. We'll get inside the castle. You'll see. We'll avenge our lads and go back
Давай.
to Ratai with our heads
Напиши, як
held
будеш
high.
вдома, добре.
I promise you that.
Audentes fortuna juvat.
Ardentes fortuna juvat.
Food! About bloody time.
Here we are. Gentlemen.
What is this stuff?
Hey, there's meat in that. And there's more than you gave me coin for. When you're finished, report for work.
Cheers.
What is it?
A
It's that woman from the pond. Or the one you gave us away for.
Fight bear, that witch.
What are you waiting for? She can vouch for who we are. Go to her.
God be with
Цыцки.
you. A full pitcher of wine, please.
My word, that's a picture and a half. I ain't seen you here before. Who sent you? Not them nomad vagabonds, I hope.
Don't worry. I've come from the castle. I'm Catherine, and I've got the lovely job of keeping the soldiers' throats wet.
Ah, that's another matter then. Oh my. Ugh. Can you smell that too?
Oof. It stinks like something died here.
Да, понятно.
Sorry to interrupt.
Jesus, fella. That's a bit much.
Hey, youngster, if you want to go around mixing with my guests here, go and wash the stench off yourself at the trough first. Stinking up my establishment.
Is anyone you know going
I
to
heard
the- Nobody invited me.
Так, да, бочечка. Сейчас помоемся.
Oh, hi. Poor Captain Thomas. Him and his men were attacked by bandits. Most of them are dead.
Jesus Christ.
Lord von Berghoff is beside himself and won't allow his
I
soldiers
can't
out
wait.
the castle.
I hope my
Aha.
uncle don't let me
So
down.
that's why they sent you for the wine. Wait a moment then. I'll be right back.
Sorry to bother you, but I've seen you before.
Oh, eh? I don't remember. Hold on. Are you the boy that cleans the pit under the castle shitting hole?
You were attacked by those bandits.
What bandits? What are you on about?
You were attacked at the pond. You, some other women, and so were we as it happens.
I have no idea what you're on about. I work at the castle, and I wasn't at any
А
pond.
ти когось путаєш її, походу.
And I have no idea why you're trying to deny it. I saw you with my own eyes. You were washing laundry there with some other girls.
Well, I reckon you weren't looking too much at faces, eh? Clear off, you lecher.
Here's your wine.
Щось в мене не виходить
Is
договарюватися.
this vagabond bothering you?
I can handle the likes of him myself. Thanks for the wine. Bye.
Look, please. I don't know what's up with you, but I know you were there. I need your help. You owe me that much. But we need to get to von Berghoff. You're the only one who can confirm who we are.
You can't get into the castle. And even if you could, that was the king's messenger. Von Berghoff is getting ready to ride out.
Shit.
If you want to speak to him, the best place would be Samin's wedding. He'll be there. For sure.
No, wait.
And don't ever lay your hands on me again.
What are you gaping at? Have you nothing better to do?
Чого всі їх дойобують?
Why are you standing here like a pillar of salt? Are you ready?
Always ready.
Glad to hear it.
Давай
You
щось
care
заробимо
wanted a
якихось
lot more
грошей.
than you paid for, so you work your debt off, like I said.
All right. What do you want us to do?
Over there by the gate, there's a cart with sacks of flour from the mill. My old man was meant to take them into the house. But as soon as he got a sniff of work, he vanished into thin air.
Ну, Захар
The
ще й
second door
попрацює,
there
нічого
leads
ні.
to the pantry. That's why I need you to hold the sacks. You have to lay each sack on the planks, so they don't touch the damp floor and go moldy. If you just chuck it on the floor in the corner, it'll spoil. So do it properly. 2 men can finish the work in a jiffy, and then we'll be quits.
All right, we'll do it. Carrying a few sacks won't kill us. For sure, it's less daunting work than fighting bandits in the woods.
Aye, it's terrible about them bandits. We never had nothing like that here before. Like it or not, you can't pay what you owe me, so I'm putting you to work. Is that clear?
All right, we'll do it.
Та чо це бабуля так бикує? Ну за
I can see
що?
you ain't stuck up
За
like
миску
you made.
каші.
Where are you actually from, if you don't mind me asking?
Тобі надо.
Rat-eye.
Rat-tie. Rat-tie. That rings a bell. I ain't been further than the back off me whole life, but I know this place inside and out.
Where do you want the sacks moved to?
І ще
To
раз.
the pantry. That's the second door inside there. But I'd split the work with your pal if I was you, so you don't do yourself a mischief. It's his debt too, ain't it?
What's life like here?
Better now that you and your pal have finally had a wash.
Та хорош подъебывать.
Truth to tell, it used to be better. The war might be far away, but more and more young lads are going away to fight. And then there's a shortage of folk to do the work around here. And that's a big problem.
Where can I find work here?
First, you gotta carry them sacks for me, so don't bother looking anywhere else yet. But otherwise, you can find work anywhere. You just need to keep your eyes open and not be afraid to ask. Try Radovan the Smith for one. He's a bit odd, but he'll pay decently for
О,
helping out.
ковать мечі, це да,
Come
це
to
треба.
mention it, he's sat just round the corner there, if you want to ask him about it. And that fella next to him is Miller Crazel. He needs helpers now and then, but watch out for him. You know what they say about Millers.
I've heard things, all right.
Well then, be careful.
Hold up. Am I supposed to open my mouth and wait for it to rain?
I heard some talk about some wedding being planned here.
Ah, nobody's talking about nothing else. Young Lord Sameen is marrying Agnes, the daughter of Thrush, our Truskovitz bailiff. And it's going to be a grand affair. When rich folks get married, that's a feast that's a lot different from when some tanner gets hitched to a bathouse wench.
Окей.
Will Lord von Burgov be at the wedding?
How should I know what his lordship's plans are? But most likely he will be. Sameen is his vassal.
Who is this Semin?
Сімен.
Can't you tell by the name? The Lord of Sameen. The fort in the village belonged to him. Old Jan Sameen is the head of the family. And his son's called Olda. And it's him who's getting itched. There used to be a rich family. Their glory's faded a bit, but they still have some clout.
Where's the wedding going to be?
At Sameen, of course. I expect old Sir Jan and our bailiff will try to outdo each other in showing off their wealth.
Could I get to the wedding somehow?
I don't know about that, lad. It's for invited guests only.
It seems that's really our only chance.
What's that?
Oh, nothing.
If you want to find out more, there's a couple of invited guests having an ale over there. Young Svaja there. He's the bride's brother. He can be a bit of a pain, but he's a good lad at heart.
Окей.
I'll go and discuss it with my friend then.
And careful with them sacks. I don't want you ripping them or anything like that. Here it comes.
Так. Що, братан? Шли таскать мешки.
I talked to that woman from the pond.
I noticed. It didn't look like she was too pleased to see you, though.
The main thing is, she denied ever being at the pond.
It's definitely her, though. You don't forget a figure like hers.
I got the feeling she didn't want to talk about it for some reason. I did get something out of her, though.
What? Don't keep me in suspense.
Von Burgov is about to leave the castle.
Sacra! If he pledges to Sigismund before we can get to him, everything's fucked.
Calm down, let me finish. There's also going to be a big wedding in the region. Young Lord Semine, from the local noble family, is getting married. He's marrying the local bailiff's daughter. It's gonna be a big event.
Why should some wedding in a shithole near Trotsky be of any interest to us?
Because it looks like von Burgov will be there.
Oh, that's fantastic news, Henry. So all we have to do is get on the guest list. And that shouldn't be a problem because you've got a cunning plan, right?
I'll come up with something.
I hope so. You can't expect me to do the thinking for both of us all the time. We'll ask the locals and see.
There's something else we have to sort out first. I spoke to the innkeeper.
I noticed that too.
We can work off our debt. All we have to do is carry a few sacks of flour from that cart to the pantry. If we both do it, we'll be finished in no time.
Lug sacks? Are you yanking my noble pizzle?
I'm serious.
I can't work. I'm a noble. What if someone saw me?
Do you have any idea what you look like?
Well, all right. I may not look much like a noble, but my blood's still blue. People will remember my face, and when everything's cleared up, word will get around that I lugged sacks here like some beggar. As if the disgrace at the gate wasn't enough. Ugh!
Work, your lordship, is an activity that all us common folk have to do when we need money. And it wouldn't hurt you for once either.
Henry, haven't you ever heard of the 3 states of man?
Would that be some aristocratic excuse?
Not so fast. It's God's law. Oratoris, the priests who pray for us. Laboratoris, the plebs who shovel shit and pay taxes. And Bellatoris, the warriors who protect the ones on their knees or in the fields. Now, which am I? So if you find me a sword, I can get to work. But wield a pitchfork or carry sacks?
Бля, нормально стало, звісно, від лінії від роботи по-царськи.
So, which do I belong to?
Good question. Before I'd have said you were a peasant, but it turned out that you're a noble's bastard. And you're pretty handy with a sword. And you've even been in a monastery.
I'd rather forget about that.
You're a bit of everything. But if you get your hands dirty with labour, it wouldn't be such an offence against divine order as in my case. Pure blood, noble status and that. In short, be so kind as to get to work. I promise I'll make it up to you.
Are you really not going to help me? It's just a couple of sacks.
Come now, Henry. What did I tell you about Bellatoris and the natural order of the world?
Нічого, припомню я тобі цю херню.
Cannot carry sacks.
А ти припомню.
They say clothes maketh the man, and you don't look much like a noble right now. So, I don't think
Ні, буду його задовбувати, що він повинен тащить мішки.
What do you know about a nobleman's honor? It's not long since I had to drag one sack through the night, and if I hadn't, that sack wouldn't be here now. So I think I've done my fair share. I mean it, Henry. Stop trying to push me.
Suit yourself, then. So, you simply aren't going to work?
That is a warrior's lot, Henry. Conserving his strength till the next battle comes along.
Right.
Ясно.
I'll get to work.
Пиздобол.
Alone.
Well, if it makes you feel better, I'll scratch your back later.
Конечно.
How? Well, giving me a large estate?
That too, of course. Maybe 2 estates. But above all, once we're out of the worst, I'll help you find your dog. As soon as we have at least some gear, we'll head into the forest and find Mutt in a trice. Although, if you think about the 3 states of man, looking for lost dogs is more like a huntsman's work. But let's pay no mind to that.
How generous of you, Lord Capon.
I know, my dear Henry. Such is my nature.
Los, and be a better.
Ясно, мішочки.
I'm gonna lose a whole day just for a few sacks.
A large beer for me.
Oof! That isn't half heavy. Oh,
Так, комора. А де вона? Бля. Щось я не доганяю. А. Сюди? І на піддончик. Так. Сюди? Чи... Тут же... Ага, тут вони живуть. Окей. Виходить сюди. По ідеї, да. Ну, хрен з ним. Вроді на піддоні. Качать спину.
God grant you health. Some noble was resting under it. Not for shade, but because it was pissing down.
all the more reason to leave it be.
my brother.
Aye, but the weather had been stormy for a few days, so one of the branches naturally fell off. Nothing happened.
I was wondering if you'd lend me your...
Так. Ще пару мішків. Дивно, я ставлю, вони зникають. Що? Що за хрінь?
But the two of us managed to get away. It was the same bandits who attacked Lord von Bergov's men. Why the fuck doesn't anyone believe us?
Maybe because you've got no way of proving it?
We lost everything. How hard is that to understand?
What if you're one of those bandits? And you're up to no good? We should kick both of you out. Just to be on the safe side.
Бля, ну не створюй проблеми.
What's your name again?
Hans Capon of Perkstein.
You just made that up.
I certainly did not.
Yes, you did. I never heard of any Perkstein in all my years.
Why the long face? I'm not surprised. You're just a village yokel.
How dare you? I'm the son of the bailiff.
I'm afraid it'll go bad on me soon.
You ain't got no proof to back up what you say.
Proof? You want proof?
Aye.
Right. Listen to this. Ei incumbit probatio, qui dicit non qui negat.
Is that supposed to be Latin?
Clever you. Do you know what it means?
No. And I doubt you do either.
The burden of proof is on the one who declares, not on the one who denies. So you see, I speak Latin. I've just proven to you that I'm a nobleman.
Непоганий хід, ну-ну.
Fuck all. Remembering some words you heard in church doesn't make you a nobleman.
Що у вас тут відбувається? Що з тобою поговорити не можна, да? Ладно, піду далі таскати мішки.
You know what? I've had enough of your bullocks. Sit down and shut your mouth. Or I'll shut it for you.
О, тут щось цікаве починається.
Worm, just try it.
I might just do that.
I'd expect you to
Так, і
be
що
more
ж тут?
sympathetic towards people who've been ambushed when you've got so many bandits and other rabble here.
We are sympathetic, but you're no nobleman. Just an ordinary big man.
Ясно. Буде дуже багато піздіжа і ніяких дій. Просто стоїть хуєсоситься, я тут мішки таскаю.
What did you say?
О,
Say it again.
It was their own fault.
What do you mean? They attacked themselves? Or what the fuck are you trying to say?
Everyone knows it's dangerous around Trotsky. Making camp in such an unprotected place is suicide.
Where else were they supposed to make camp, smartass?
Somewhere in the rocks, maybe. Not out in the open by the pond. Only a fool would do that.
But calm down, both of you.
I'm perfectly calm. It's your chum here who's ranting and raving.
Pack it in, Henry. There's no point in arguing with this yokel. He fancies himself as a military strategist.
I don't believe a word you're saying. A weed like you surviving a fight against bandits even von Berghoff himself has trouble with?
Believe what you like, but I'm telling the truth. And in fact, I'm willing to overlook all your insults if you apologize right now. And invite me to that wedding.
You want to come to the wedding, do you? Huh. I'll give you a piece of advice, pal. If you can make yourself useful for the blacksmith or the miller, you'll get to the wedding. You'll see the glorious occasion, at least from a distance. And you can stop spouting your pathetic lies.
I am Sir Hans Capon, Lord of Perkstein, and I demand your immediate apology.
I am Sir Hans Capon, Lord of Perkstein. Sir Hans Capon, Lord of Perkstein. You're starting to bore me. You and your silly made-up name.
No apology, then. It looks like I'm going to have to teach you a lesson.
О, замес.
Oh, I'm so scared.
That's enough. Cut it out, both of you.
Mind your own business. Take your ragamuffin friend and get the fuck out of our village.
I give you a chance to apologize, and you keep insulting me. Get ready to pick up your broken teeth with broken fingers.
Oh, I'd like to see that. Come on, then.
You scum!
Ой, щас погано кінчиться ця вся історія. Підемо в тюрму щас, братан.
Now you're gonna get it. It was him. You
Ой.
shouldn't have fought with us. I'll rip your ass open.
Go fuck yourself!
Бля, щось мені хтось накидує в репу, да?
You leave me no other choice.
I'm all yours.
Fucker. These days, twice no one's ever really said.
Useless! Take that!
О, сука.
Damn it! He doesn't know which way to turn.
Ой-ой-ой.
Come on then.
Щас репу розвалять. Треба їх потроху добивати.
Enough is enough. I'll rip your ass open. You want to try me?
Ой. Ой, що за каратіст? Що за каратіст? Пінать його дальше на характері. На. Так. Що там? Що там? Де ще желаючі? Сюда. Так, ну і що?
What the hell is going on here? Grab them vagabonds.
Bastards! This will cost you dearly. Keep your mouth shut and don't make it worse. What? You behave like a spoilt brat. How dare you speak... You know, if you just shut up and done some work, we'd have coin by now and be on our way to the castle, but no. Not his lordship.
You've got a nerve. If you hadn't have played the hero, we'd have been there long since and I wouldn't have had to get you out of that nest.
Oh, yeah, because this isn't a mess, is it?
Fuck off. Shut up. You'll get a whipping too.
hell do you think you are?
I'm fed up with pulling you out of the shit all the time.
You pull me out of the shit! And who dragged you through the woods at night, eh? Better keep your mouth shut. I shouldn't have brought you along.
Well, that's something we can agree on. I could have been sitting in the mill instead of rotting in these stocks.
And whose fault is that?
What? Who started quarrelling with the locals in their tavern? You should have listened to me and calmed down.
And let him insult me? Fat chance. If it hadn't been for me, we wouldn't have even been in that tavern. We've been in the shit right from the start because you had to play at being the knight in shining underwear, saving damsels in distress.
I don't believe it. You're trying to put the blame on me? Just like that?
Who else is to blame? You're just a simple peasant who has no idea how the world works.
Oh, and our little prince knows all about it, doesn't he? You only left your uncle's a week ago. All you've known up to now is a tavern on Rat-Eye Green.
Now you've gone too far. I've had it up to here with you. With you and your pontificating. You were supposed to make sure nothing went wrong. And how did that turn out? It was me who had to save your life. You're fucking useless. You couldn't even keep an eye on your own mutt.
Oh, that's enough. This isn't getting us anywhere. I understand you're downcast after all that happened to us. And I understand you need to take it out on someone. I can take it. But we shouldn't forget we have a job to do. And do it we must. Together.
That's exactly what I'm doubting. Everything goes to shit when you're by my side.
You don't really mean that. Calm down.
I'm perfectly calm. That's it. My life went to shit from the first moment I met you. And I've only just realised it. You're like a ball and chain. And I'd have bagged that wild boar too if it weren't for you.
Well...
And none of the rest would have happened. I wouldn't have been showered in shit.
Oh, come on, Capon.
Don't you cape on me. Not another word. I have to consider what to do next.
От мудень.
Right, ladies. Time to go home. But I swear to Christ, if I catch you again, I'm gonna skin you both alive. Isn't that? Otto.
Hey! Bogo!
Бля.
Oh, shit. Right, where were we? Go on, get out of my sight. What are we gonna do?
You can do as you like. You can go and carry sacks or dig latrines. I'll look after myself. I'll go and see Lord von Bergov at the wedding. I bid you farewell.
Yeah. If I were in your shoes, I'd be glad to be rid of the good-for-nothing, eh? Yeah. All right, off you go.
Угу. Ну, купить індульгенцію. Ну, творить херні. Піти купить індульгенцію. Все. Всі все забули. Шикарно. Ясно.
Suppose I really do need to find some job. I'll find muck without you, you stuck-up Lord of Perkstein.
Hey, over here. It's about time. Come here.
Стоп.
Do you have a
ні.
moment?
Не так. Отак. Що в мене є? Голий босий. Оце в мене є. Так. Угу. Нормально.
Do you
Keep the
have
peace,
anywhere to go?
and we won't have any problems.
Somewhere to sleep? Are you going?
What do you want from me?
I don't want anything from you. I should actually be thanking you.
Uh-huh. For what?
I've been begging for alms here for days, but I didn't make any real coin till today. And that's thanks to you. The scene you made brought out nearly all of Troskowitz.
You're welcome. At least it was good for something.
Oh well, not many people can make such a strong first impression. But look on the bright side.
Hmm?
Now things can only get better.
Barely. Look at me. They just let me out of the pillory. Nobody wants anything to do with me. And I don't even know what hill that is over there.
Well, that there hill is Slotego. And you pull yourself together. Like Tomcat says, nothing's impossible. And bruises build character.
Do you know anything more about Tomcat?
They say he's a master swordsman, but a real joker too. He loves showing off to girls.
Do you think Tomcat might teach me a few of his tricks?
No offense, but compared to him, you're a bit of a lightweight.
I don't want to pull wagons, but if he can handle a weapon, I'd be happy to train a little with him.
Well, one of the guards tried to take him on and came back whipped like a dog, moaning like he'd been broken in two.
Well, sure. If he's that strong, I'm not surprised.
More like some trick he's got that our watch doesn't know. Or at least that's what the poor man said.
Where might I run into Tomcat?
In the camp by the tower. That is, by Rock Tower Pond. He watches the camp for the nomads.
Should I watch out for them?
No, I don't think so. They mind their own business, but strangers usually mean trouble for them, so they're careful. Try not to stare too hard and hold your tongue, otherwise Tomcat will show you some of his other skills.
I have no money. I might as well beg on the village green like you.
The hell you will. This is my turf. Here you go. I'll skip supper. It's partly your doing anyway.
Wow. I mean, thank you. Seriously.
Yeah, don't start crying. You'd better find some work quick.
My main concern is getting to that wedding in Semin. Do you know anything about that celebration?
Well, yeah. People are talking of nothing else. The Lord's son is getting married to the sister of that lout he was fighting with.
How much time do you think I have? Have the preparations already begun?
From what I hear, the bride's dress still ain't finished, and blacksmith Radovan still ain't started smithing the gift for the groom. So, no rush.
Hopefully by then I'll find a way to sneak in. It's no wonder nobody wants anything to do with me. I look like a vagrant.
At least you're not walking around bare-assed. Although that might not be a sorry sight.
Ah, very funny. I'd rather you tell me where I might get some clothes.
And what do you have in mind? Brocade and satin, a monk's robe, or perhaps Sir Brunswick's armour?
I could use some armour. Proper, like, for a night. And no rusty junk.
And you are like a knight?
Well, yeah. I don't look so good. But I swear I came here in armour, sword at my side, and on a horse.
Wow. And where is your armour, sword, and horse now?
That's a long story. And it's not a happy tale.
Well, you can hardly buy new armour now, but you might find something in the town hall armoury. Although you'll need quick hands.
Thanks. These'll come in handy.
Just don't get yourself caught again.
Так. Окей.
Oh well. It was nice to meet you, but I should probably...
Don't worry.
І все-таки завдання. Щоденник. Ой. Вони побічні. Добре. Пішли пошукаємо роботу.
God bless you.
Так. Це вартові. Треба помитися трошки. Во. Угу. А зараз котра година? А, майже 9. Угу. Ладно. Трохи побродяжничаю.
Don't cause any trouble, got it? Look out!
How can I help you this fine morning?
Окей. Мені треба робота. Цей чувак роботу не пропонує. Це корчма. З нею все понятно. О! Шинок. Наймит.
Don't shove! Have you come to break some more stuff? If you want something, wait till I've stopped being angry.
Ясно.
If you don't have anywhere to sleep, they'll look after you in Jelly.
Ясно. Тут мені не раді.
Which king would that be? Oh, I don't know exactly. But when the king commands, his subjects have to obey, don't they?
You didn't hear it from the trader who sold you the clothes, by any chance?
And with you. Oh, what a nice day.
Так. А, це корчма тільки з іншого боку, походу.
Careful!
А, це вкрасти їжу. Не можна красти їжу. Ладно.
Ale?
Так, це з цією я говорив, да? Ні.
I just remembered.
А, ні, з нею говорив.
I really better go. Thank you.
Good luck.
Так. Робота. Торгаш якийсь. Ну, до торгаша, до речі, можна зайти, продати всякий хлам.
Welcome. You can buy everything you need from me, but excuse the selection. A few days ago, when I was returning with new goods, the horse got spooked.
Якась ділюга.
My wagon tipped into the pond. I salvaged some things, but the rest is now in the pond.
Можете й помогти якось?
Were there any valuables in there?
You bet. Lord Simeon ordered all sorts of delicacies and precious spices from me for the wedding feast. And for Taylor Bartishak, I was carrying expensive fabrics to make dresses for the occasion. If you only knew how much coin I spent on this.
Then where did the wagon tip?
On the roads near the Katchak Pond, beyond Jelioff. You can still find it there. I can't tell you how much it still pisses me off. But what can I do?
Mm-hmm.
Sorry to hear that.
Me too. But what can I do? So, what will it be?
What do you have for
поторгуємо.
sale?
Тоді піду. Угу. Та ніби понятно все. Продати. Хреновий тесак. Ага, отак. Отак, отак. Угу.
I'd like to do something about that price.
Warum nicht?
Так. Угу.
Only because it's you.
You won't convince me with this. Why? You'll convince me with that price? Das war ein gutes Geschäft. Auf Wiedersehen.
Ну, ладно. Так, не так. Мапа. Наблизити. Так, так. Тут якийсь квест можна взяти? Не можна? Окей. Якийсь тип іде. Що це за тип? Наймет. Ясно.
What's new in the county, Master Bailiff?
I heard something's going on in Takoff again. Project the Innkeeper is probably coming up with some mischief to pull on the Gelievites. Will they never cut it out? Their bickering is making work for me. And now I've been visited by one of the local peasants. He said he found more fresh graves behind his field, just below the village, along the road to Nabokov.
What do you mean, more? You sound like this isn't the first time.
That we found someone buried here? Don't even ask. I've been digging up bodies ever since that bandit gang started running rampant. Most of them are von Burgo's men. Also, if it wasn't bad enough that gang of bandits is rampaging through the region, now someone's stealing cabbage from the peasants. What a disaster.
Cabbage?
Aye, and the peasants won't stop bugging me about it. I was just visited by a peasant from Jadar. He's been talking my ears off for God knows how long. Say, do I really have to do this? Do I have the time to look for some moron stealing cabbages? And that's about it.
That sounds interesting. Thank you.
No. Окей. Ще можна
What's new in the
спитати?
county, Master Bailiff?
I was just visited by one of the local peasants. He said...
What do you mean, more?
That we've
А,
I've been...
да, це вже було. Ну, хз. Ой, не то. Оце то. Так, стоп. Отак от. Отак от. Свіжі могили. Тут бакалійник. А це що за точка? А, це точка, яку я сам ставив, так? Так, прибираємо її. Сходіть до кота. Освіти, що сталося з рябком, так. Угу. А тут що? На весілля потрапить. Так, а тут? Допомоги Радована. Угу. Можна типа чи так. Перекинутий віз тут. Вчитель навичок. Угу. Ну що, треба піти шукати свого пса.
You shouldn't be bothering us here.
Та все, я йду. Не бикуй. Не бикуй. Все добре. Чи з тобою поговорити можна? Ні? На цю всяку штуку буду потім збирати. Сині квіточки. Очанка, хз. Хай буде. Якщо висушити на сушарці, то не зіпсуються. Окей, будемо знати. Де сушарку знайти? Увила. Ладно. Та по прямій піду. Чим там якась халупа? Може до неї зайти. Що за халупа тут стоїть? А ну. Окріль. Але в мене лука немає. Нічого такого. Тут тупо сіно лежить. Ясно. Окей. А це що? Старі башки, язичництво.
Old gods. I wonder what their names were.
Ну, забираємо хлібушек точно. Ці чарки, медуха. Забираємо. Воно не сильно богам треба буде обібрати. Тут ж нікого нема.
I see they haven't been forgotten, and the locals still worship them. I can't really blame them seeing the state of this land.
То да, щось боженька не сильно допомагає. Вон там ніби щось розвалене цікаве. Ніби щось бачу звідси. Отут. Ніби щось там таке є. Чи мені здалось? Мабуть, здалось. Ну ладно. О, тут якась нора. Знайшли гніздо. А в нору пролізти не можна? Ні. Не можна. Ну добре. Так. І що в цих хащах? Нічого цікавого поки не видно. Пеньок. Що за звук? Вовки якісь свої чи що? Ну ладно. О, якесь село. Зайдем. Чуваки якісь на конях. Кудись їдуть. А що з вами можна поговорити? Не задавите конями? Ти хто?
That is strange. I reckon something devilish was involved. You don't see something like that every day.
А що з вами поговорити не можна, хлопці? Ладно. Їдьте далі, поки мені не надавали ліщей. Корови якісь пасуться. О, жилийов. Це якесь село, походу, да? Господиня. Служниця.
What was that sound?
А що таке? Я нічого не роблю.
They look like angels on the outside. Soft, gentle, and well-formed. Enough to turn even an honest man's head.
Що там тобі вже жінки не подобаються?
There's a devil who only cares for trinkets and finery and thinks nothing of stealing or whoring to get them.
Понятно.
Don't think this one or that one may be different. They're all secretly in league, one covering up the wrongdoings of the other. Forget about woman's skin deep beauty.
Тут якась штука. Походу для заточки зброї, да? А ну, тисячка. Так. Угу. Ясно. Це я пам'ятаю, ніби. Ну. Ну що, наскільки я наточив? На 88%. Хм. Ну ладно, давай ще.
That's more like it.
О, 100%. Шикарно. Миша бігає. Якраз ти коня не будемо. Ой, мене зараз я відчуваю. Якщо зараз буду щось таке робити, то мене натягнуть. І буде погано це закінчиться. Ладно, не буду. Не буду чіпати його.
Greetings.
Так. В кого роботу взяти можна, чуваки? А, мені не можна, все, хорошо. Ні, я нічого, я взагалі вас не чіпав. О, сушарка. Де сушарка? Оце? Ні, ну це понятно, але сушарка має бути для різної трави. О! Засушити їжу. Треба трави засушити. Окей. Молоток, гвозді якісь. Якась херня. Так, ладно. Що таке? Та ні, нічого, я вас не чіпаю вообще. О, дядьку, робота є? Як у вас взагалі справи?
How are things going here? The land is good. Apart from those assholes up in the hill there.
Що ти фінів?
What do you mean? Fucking tackle bastard. They're getting above themselves.
Do you want me to help with them?
Trust me. I'll make it worth your while.
Та, конечно,
What do you
дядя.
say?
Sure. If there's something bothering you, I'd be happy to help.
Listen up then. Those naughty Takavite bastards have this nice maypole in their village. They're so proud of it, you'd think it's a gift from the king himself. Especially Project. Nothing would teach them a lesson better than stealing it and putting it up on display here. Just to spite them.
So all I have to do is take their maypole and bring it to you.
Що за травневе дерево?
Aye, exactly. But be careful no one sees you take it. It'll be even better if they don't even know it's missing. Besides, if they catch you, they'll beat the shit out of you. So be careful.
All right, I'll be careful. Thanks.
Excellent. But even if something goes wrong, don't go clobbering anyone over the head, understand? All I want to do is piss Project off.
You want to do what to him?
Piss him off. You know,
Взяти просто.
mess with him for stealing our maypole and our pasture. But remember, no violence, all right?
Of course. I wouldn't hurt a fly. You can count on me.
But go ahead and talk to Project. At least you'll see what an asshole he is.
Собача срака.
Why don't you like the Takovites?
Because they're wankers. Arrogant wankers. Think they're above everyone else. But mainly, they stole our pasture, which has belonged to Giliov since time immemorial.
How does someone steal a pasture, anyway?
Like a prick, that's how. Behind Takov, there's this strip of land leading toward the pond. It's supposed to belong to us, for grazing. There's an old tree there, and everything between the tree and the woods is ours. I was there when it was decided. I was about your age then, and I got a good beating under that tree, so I remember. And you can bet your ass I remember.
Did you take your pasture dispute to Lord Bombergov?
Of course we did. He asked the Thrusk of its bailiff to resolve it, and he said we should toss it out amongst ourselves. And that he heard about it ever again, he'll have both me and Project flogged. So that's that.
But how did they steal it from you?
Because they don't believe me. Those treacherous bastards. They lie about it wherever they can, saying the deal was different. And it was a different tree near the forest.
Can anything be done about it? Can't you make some kind of agreement?
Well, we meet there every year. I tell them how we did, while they just spew their usual lies. So we kick each other's asses, and everything just stays the way it is. A while back, we fought for a right to use at least half of it. But because I grazed my cattle there, I had to pay those bastards for using their half as well. But that's not fair. All of it is supposed to be ours by law, for fuck's sake.
Oy, that's a tricky situation.
Tricky my ass. They're greedy liars. Simple as that.
They beat you up under the tree?
Well, you bet they did. When we agree on something like this, we take a young lad and give him a good pummeling, so that he'll remember in case he ought to forget.
Ой,
Pick a young
жесть.
boy, because he has a good memory, and, God willing, still has many years in front of him. It makes sense?
Aye, you're right. I remember we used to do the same back where I'm from. Why do they look down on you?
Commoners here have all sorts of obligations to the nobility.
Of course.
Aye, but Taco has all its obligations in Grossen. They just pay up and that's it. But the nobles, besides Grossen, the others have to give them pigs, chickens, hay and the like, or go and serve. That's...
Well, the Tacomites just worked out a better deal for themselves. That's all.
Horse dick! What do you know anyway?
Так. Ну ладно. Якусь задачку я взяв, щось украсти десь. Тоді розберемося пізніше. Йду за псом все одно.
Hail Mary.
Роботяга. Це ж віки росте. Хрень його знає. Ладно. Якесь озеро. В хащах нічого цікавого не видно. Ну там якесь село, да? Ой. Там я, походу, був. Чи не був? Ні, не був я там. Угу. Ну ладно, йду до пса. О, кабан. Кабана забить можна чи ні? Ну іди сюди. Може і можна, але треба лук мати. Що там, трави? А? Иду через хащи. Так. Вот ці скелі, значить. Теж собака. До речі, мені ж там ніби якісь накинули очки. Гравець. Сила. Трудяга. Угу. Окей. Ага, так вот. А, я можу вибрати то чи то. Вивчити. Так. Антидруг усім, не друг нікому. З ким будь з ким, особливо якщо якась вигода. Це хай буде чарівна людина, так. По силі. Угу. Спритність. Ой. Це я випадково. Спритні руки, да. По красномовству. Угу. Торгуватися будемо. Добре. Ну і все. Більше вкачати нема чого. Окей. Шукаємо пса. Де ж ти є, пес? Пес-патрон. Рябко. Ах, ти ж паразит. Ти що таке робиш?
Hmm? What the fuck is this supposed to mean?
Now you're going to get it!
Так. От і все. Забираємо все це діло. Відомості. Специфічний хід на чого збільшують. Що? Окей. Що б то не було.
Dead. And robbed of everything, just like Capon left him. And there's no trace of Mutt. And there's something lying over there. I hope it's not Mutt. Oh, a nice bit of venison. And something took a good bite of it. Could Mutt have been here? Mutt's nowhere around. Someone must have taken him in. It's not far to the herb woman's place. Maybe I should ask her whether she's seen him.
Угу. Ага, так во. Я ж убив чувака. Що в мене тут? Так. Це все хрінове в нього. У мене краще. Просто продам налокітники. А рукавиці надінем. Надініть гамбезон. У мене нема такого. Взуття вулицюги. Убите, в мене краще. Що там? Світність енергія. Там нормально. Ладно. Ой, ні. Закрити підказку, да. Так, ага, до неї пішки доведеться йти. Немає фостревала туди. Ну і добре. Бля, що у нього за зброя була? Ай, ладно, зброю просрав забрати у нього. Та блін, ні, не можна лишати зброю. Треба забрати. Пробіжимося. Аж якась зброя була. Військовий меч. На секундочку. Заточу і буде шикарно. Військовий меч. Ні, це не те, що я хотів. О. Довідка. Ні, не така довідка, я хочу про зброю почитати. Хай буде тут. Ладно. Меч треба буде заточити. Поки що його сильно не юзатиму, буду використовувати цей. Так підточити можна нормально буде ним нарубати людей. Цілком. Давай побіжимо, бо щось дуже повільно ходимо.
Will you help an old woman, young man?
Have you seen a stray dog around? I thought he was dead, but he's likely still alive.
I'm sorry. I haven't seen any dogs around.
Oh, Sakra. Do you have any idea where else he might have gone?
If I were a dog, I'd go to where there's food. There are plenty of fishermen around the pond, and they're always throwing out leftovers at the tavern.
Do you think he'd go and steal leftover food?
I don't know much about dogs. He could have run into the woods and started hunting. He wouldn't be the first or the last. There's a whole pack of wolves near Samin these days. Maybe your dog's gone feral and is running around with them.
Thanks. Has something happened?
My daughter, Pavlena. Remember her? She was here when I was healing you two.
I remember. What's wrong with her?
She's missing. It's not like her to be wandering around like that. She goes to Troskovitz to sell baskets, but she knows I can't manage on my own, so she never stays away for long. These old eyes of mine can't see nothing much. Pavlena has to take care of me. She's a good girl, that lass of mine. I'm very worried about her. You understand? What if something's happened to her? God forbid. I can't look for her myself, but you could. I know I'm asking a lot of you, but I've no one else to turn to.
Ну, бабулька спасла наші жопи.
Do you think anyone might want to hurt Pavlena?
These are evil times, Henry. I dread to think what could happen to you. And besides,
What have the Troskovitz people got against you? Did something happen?
I'd rather not talk about it, Henry.
You live completely alone in the middle of the woods.
And where else would we live, you genius? Don't go digging up old wrongs, Henry.
Pavlena is young, and, oh, no.
She is. Not by... Her mother died in childbirth, and there was no one but me to take care of.
Скільки питань, ужас. Ладно,
Where
давай
exactly was
по
Pavlena
суті.
going?
To Troskovitz. She sells them there, and uses the coin to buy what we... Sometimes it takes her a while, but this time I have a bad...
Did it occur to you she might have run off? She's a young girl, and pretty. What kind of life does she have here in the woods? Maybe she wanted to live a little.
You don't know Pavlena. She's not like that. If she wanted to live a little, she'd tell me straight out. She doesn't keep things from me. Don't imagine I keep her here against her will, or that I don't know what it means to be young.
And who...
A girl from the charcoal burners. They left the county, and I think she had no one else. I buried her.
And do you know anything about Pavlena's father?
I don't know who he was. Pavlena's mother was very young, and the fella surely abandoned her when her belly grew. She never told me nothing about him.
Зачароватіла. Блять. Жорстко.
All right,
Я
good.
допоможу.
I'll try to find Pavlena for you.
Thank you, Henry. Like I said, she was heading for Troskovitz. You should start looking there.
All right. I'll ask around there for her.
And maybe you could look in her room in the loft. My old legs ain't up to climbing stairs, but you might find some clues there.
Так. Похавать можна?
It's empty.
Нема жрачого. Сумно. Так. Тут і хавки нема, да, у вас? Грабануть бабку. Да ладно, не буду.
So, Pavlena, what have you left for me? Like she got up and went straight out. Hey, this is a boy's cap. Does Pavlena wear it? Or did someone leave it here? She's got unfinished work here.
Що ще тут можна? Ладно. Ламанем замок. Цей замок надто складний. Що в ньому складного? Ну. Бля. А що сталося-то? Ладно. Забудем цю невдалу спробу. Підемо далі. Так. Дивимося по карті. Що тут маємо? Боже, собака де завгодно може бути. Рибка в корчмі. Сходіть до кота. Угу. Так. Угу. Ну, давай ще подивлюсь, може щось пропустив тут в кімнаті. Замок відкрити в мене не вийшло. Шапку прихвачу. Схоже, що ніхрена тут немає більше. Ніяких зацепок. Так що можна йти. Так, а йти в якому напрямку? Так, на букву Д, зелену букву Д. Туди підемо. Тут жмурів, походу, повикопували, поховали нормально. Травичку треба збирати, я думаю. Потрошечку. Комбайнчики, а в мене лука і стріл нема. Якісь тіпи наїхали сюди.
Keep the peace, and we won't have any problems.
Greetings.
Грабить корова не можна. Похоже. Але вони не навичок нема. Ой. Ні навичок нема, ні відмичок. Давай в кості зіграємо з Костей.
They'll surely fall my way now. Would you like to play?
What game would you like to play?
Із відзнаки, без відзнаки.
I choose miners.
Let's play.
Oh, Fortuna! May the best player win.
Блін, я не бачу. Одна четверка, друга четверка, третя четверка. Блін, не бачу своєчки. Сука. Ладно. Забираю. Ні, так не працює. Коротше, 5. От так.
These ones here. Like this. Oh, come on.
Угу. Так. Зараз я, мабуть, кудись подвину цю камеру, бо вона заважає. Так. Ось сюди поки поставлю. Поки сюди. Угу. 2, 3, 4 і 5 нічого ж не дають, да? Нічого не дають. Окей, тоді явно 5, 5 і 5. Так. Записати і продовжити. І ніхіра.
Like this. These ones here.
Ну, не можеш випасти йому. Да. Якось по-тупому він зіграв. Ну, 2, 3, 4, 5 нічого не дають. Нічого не дають. 2 двойки, 2 тройки. Теж ж нічого не дають. Правда? Ні. 5. Записати, продовжити. О! Оце солідно. Це треба просто забирати. І все.
These ones here. Oh no, not good.
Треба. Так. Добре. Ладно.
Like this. These ones.
Чим далі кидатиме, це серйозно, чувак. Ну ладно, йому треба якось тягнути. Бо інакше він програє. Диви, диви. Розвалює.
Oh, come on.
Ну все, догрався. Ну, 3, 4, 5 і 6 теж нічого не дають. Ні. 2 шістки теж нічого не дають. Ладно.
Have you lost your mind? You're going to lose everything.
Та що ж не канає так.
If I was you, I'd take it.
Ну да.
Well, that's no great loss.
Не
You
фартануло.
didn't have much anyway. Here. Oh no, not good.
Три тройки.
Like this. Here. These ones here. Oh no, not good. Can't be. It just can't be.
Гони сюда бабки.
Aren't those dice sad? That you're just letting them sit there? Looks like off.
З тобою не поговориш, да? Макані. Що,
What are you
Віктор?
two talking about then?
A peasant like you would never understand.
Watch your mouth, you impudent dog, or it might end up getting burst.
Anything but that. It's my mouth that'll make me my fortune. But let's bicker no more, stranger. Perhaps you can be our judge. What's your name?
My name is Henry.
Then sit, noble Enrico, and give your verdict on our dispute.
Oi, don't be shy. Come and sit with us.
It's Henry. H-E-N... Whatever.
Ah, any tanner or bathhouse boy could be called Henry. Enrico is nobilissimo.
Oh, for the love of God. Will you just tell me what you were discussing?
Ah, it's just that my dear friend George here is a vulgar lapse who knows as much about the art of poetry as a baying donkey.
To tell the truth, my last encounter with verse didn't end all that well.
Really? Come on, let's discuss it over a beer.
Man to man, poet to poet.
But I wouldn't exactly say I was...
Sit.
So, are you going to tell me what you're talking about?
It's about nothing less than the very essence of the art of poetry.
And also about the fact that Michael here hasn't got his oats for ages, and it's got his brain in a twist.
Kindly ignore our friend George here. He's been a simple soul ever since he was dropped on his head as a baby.
Freedom. I figured out poetry ain't to be found in inspiration from the muse. All the truth in the world is right there in ale, roast pig, and fucking.
To the point where fornication and drinking leave no time for actual composing. Better to forego the pleasures of the flesh and give oneself to art. Onorate l'altissima poeta.
Aye, aye. Keep your hair on, mate. As I said, he's not in his right mind. He once met an Italian poet, and ever since he thinks he's Dante Alighieri.
Alighieri, you dolt. So what do you think, Enrico? Where should a poet seek inspiration?
Why go looking for muses when the whole of God's green earth is filled with inspiration? Like George says, wine, women and song. That's the only poetry you need.
I told you so. Let's drink to that. However you look at it, you, my friend, as a worldly...
And highborn.
Clever.
Experienced.
Intrepid.
Unique.
In short, just the right fella.
You might be able to help us out with some...
О, щас втянуть якесь дерьмо.
What are you after? Enrico, we are in need of an adventurer.
My name's Henry. H-E-N... something...
In short, Enrico, we're in need of an adventurer, a man of action, a man of goodwill, a man of knowledge, a man...
A fucking good fella.
A fellow who helps his fellow man. Aspiring minstrels.
If only you knew, mate, what genius is sleeping in our throats. Songs just waiting for a voice to raise you to the heights of glory.
Imagine it. An ode to Henry, the hapless, hoe-wielding hero, harassing the heartless hordes of
The humans?
That's it! Hark! Henry the Lionheart! The only thing missing for you to achieve glory is...
A loot! We need a loot!
All right, but where would I even get a thing like that?
In the words of the poet, una volta corre il cane, e una altra la lepre. He who seeks shall find, or something like that.
And finding it won't be hard. We've done a bit of snooping, and there's only one in these parts.
It's hanging all forlorn on a wall at the carpenters in Troskowitz. The house directly opposite the Rathaus.
It ain't no use to him, but he won't sell it, the tight ass.
While if it were in our hands...
In our hands, it will sing like a nun on Sunday.
And it will be the torch lighting our way from this provincial purgatory to the gates of Kuttenberg.
Torch? Shit, you want to fucking burn it?
It's a metaphor, you ignorant oaf.
All right, I'll see what I can do. Please just quieten down for a bit.
Угу, понятно. О, гру збережено, це супер. Бо я саме збираюсь піти щось перекусити. Якщо що, то пізніше запущу стрімчик іще. А зараз піду, зроблю невеличку паузу.